Hello, this is Domi right here. I thought I'd change things a bit up by wearing my parrot fursuit Oliver because he's a cutie. Soon I will be going to the furry convention Nordic FestCon. So I thought I would share some of my tips for going to your first furry convention, because some of you may not have never been to a furry convention but really want to go and you don't know what to expect. Also, just a heads up, if you don't need a fursuit to go to a furry convention. I have been to a furry convention without a fursuit before. It was so fun because I mostly just spent time hanging with my friends and going to fun events, and I didn't even fursuit once. It was actually super fun, and I didn't have to worry about packing the fursuit either. So yeah, you can totally go to a furry convention without a fursuit. Most of the people at furry conventions don't have a fursuit. A lot of the photos you see from furry convention are fursuit, but that's because what people take photos of, because it's eye-catching. But in reality, a lot more people don't have fursuits compared to people that have fursuits. So yeah, you can go with whatever you like. You can just go as yourself, you can go with a pair of ears or a tail, or you can go with the fursuit if you have one. It's totally up to you. Like, people aren't going to think any less of you for not having something that is honestly very expensive. So my first tip for your first furry convention is 1. Find a furry convention near you. This might be obvious, but the closer the convention is to you, the less you have to travel and the cheaper it will be. Now, if you're under 18, be sure to find a convention that allows people under 18 to enter. A lot of furry conventions are 18 plus, not because there's some shady stuff going on, it's just because there's alcohol served and because it's easier for the convention staff to maintain it. If you're under 18, you may have to ask your parents to go with you. I know it sounds lame, but that's just it sometimes. Now my second tip, 2 fingers. Now my second tip is find someone to go with. Convention may become a little bit boring if you don't have any friends to be with, because you might just end up wandering around and not knowing what to do. Convention has so much more fun if you have friends with you. I myself been to a convention without my friends, and it was kind of boring, to be honest, because I was just walking around in costume, just knowing what to do, or just not knowing how to have fun, basically. It could be mostly anyone. You can go with your friends, you can go with your siblings, you can go with your parents if they're okay with that. Just don't go alone, because it's really boring. So my third tip is save up. Don't spend all your money at once, please. Please don't spend all your money at once, because you will regret it when the bills are coming in and you are starving because you spent all of your money on a furry convention. Well, I would recommend making a list of all of the costs, like the travel, the convention ticket, the hotel, if you're staying at a hotel. Set some money aside for food. It's very important. You need money for food, because even though you pay your ticket, your flight, your hotel, you still need to eat, because coming at the convention and passing out because you don't have anything to eat is not a fun time. So please remember to have money for food. Also, it's a good idea to have money for the dealer stand or the artist alley, because artists will be selling cool things that you might want to buy, like paws or artwork or stuff like that. I would recommend to setting aside like a certain amount each month that you are saving up for a con, so that you're gradually just saving up. That's what I did for my convention. I don't have that much money, to be honest. I don't earn that much money. I'm gonna just be straight with you. but I managed to save up for Nordic FreshCon by setting aside a certain amount each month. Now my fourth tip is to order hotel rooms early, because I'm gonna just give you a funny story here. Me and 5 of my friends were planning to have a 6-person hotel room at the main hotel at Nordic FreshCon, but we didn't get it because it sold out in a minute. That's how fast it sold out. We had to get rooms at the second hotel because the main hotel was already sold out by the time we managed to type in our information. Please order very, very early because it will sell out instantly, especially with larger conventions. So yeah, me and my friends had to split our group in 2, 3 people rooms, because there wasn't any 6-person rooms at the second hotel, so that's what we had to deal with. It became a bit more expensive than what we had planned, but yeah, it worked, I guess. It's the best to have a room at the main hotel because you can just go to the convention floor instantly, like for example at Nordic FreshCon. The convention is at the hotel. The first time I attended Nordic FreshCon, I got a room at the first hotel and it was fantastic because I could just go out of my hotel room and instantly be at the convention. But now I'm going to be at the second hotel because I didn't get a spot at the main, and but luckily there's a bus that goes to and from the convention center, so that's at least good. Gonna suck to have to bring my fursuit to and from the hotel every time, but I just have to deal with it, I guess. Well, my 5th tip is make a packing list. You don't want to forget anything. Remember to bring enough clothes. If you need medication, remember to bring that. A very important tip: if you have medication that you really need, bring it in your carry-on, because if your baggage gets lost, it really sucks to be without your medication. Just a handy tip for you. So if there's something you really need and you don't want to get lost, bring it into your carry-on just to be safe. You can either make your own or it already exists pre-made list that you can follow online. I might actually link one in the description, so you can use that for example. If you're bringing a fursuit, it's going to take up a lot of space. I'll be trying to bring 2 fursuits this con. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I will try. Yeah, please make sure you have everything you need. You need clothes, important of course, your toothbrush, your medication if you have any. Vitamins is also very smart because it's very easy to get sick at the convention. And deodorant. Please bring deodorant. You do not want to be a stinky husky, okay? No one likes a stinky person. So yeah, please shower and use deodorant regularly. Tips number 6. Find the events that you want to attend. Usually conventions will have a list of events on their website somewhere before the convention begins, so you can find out what events you want to go to, like panels, meetups. Sometimes they will have this is your first furry convention panel. I would recommend attending that, and sometimes they also have a first convention attendee meetup. So I would highly recommend checking that out if you are new to conventions, because you can meet new people and get new friends. So yeah, I will highly recommend that. And also there's stuff like the fursuit parade. A lot of conventions have a fursuit parade. So either you can attend if you have a fursuit, or you can, if you don't have a fursuit, you can just look at all of the clothes first in the parade. You don't need a fursuit to attend the convention. It can be fun without one. I've attended conventions without fursuit before, so it's fine.
Hey, so I realized that I accidentally skipped tip number 7. In short, my tip was about that you should ask fursuiters before you hug or touch them, because there are people inside that fursuit and not everyone is okay with getting hugged or getting touched. So please ask for permission before you take any photos of people you like, or please don't like jump hug people. It can damage their suit or their actual self. So yeah, back to tip number 8.
Tip number 8. This is the most important one when you are at the convention. Get enough sleep, get enough food and drink, and shower regularly. It's very important. If you don't get enough sleep and food and drink, you will become really tired and you won't be having fun. And also you may get sick. That's what happens if you don't get enough sleep and enough food. You get sick. It's very easy to get sick at conventions, since there's people from all over the place, from all different countries, and sometimes they can bring sickness with them, like colds or fevers. It's very easy to get sick at the convention when there's foreign bacteria from everywhere. I've gotten sick at the convention before. Just be mindful of that. And please shower at least once a day. Even more if you are a fursuiter, because you may think you smell fine, but you don't. You think deodorant doesn't count as a shower. You need at least one shower a day, and it's nice to have deodorant too. So in case you do sweat, it won't be as bad. Tip number 9. This time doesn't count. Be sure to have physical cash. If you want to buy stuff at the dealer stand or artist alley, most people only take physical cash. Not everyone has those ATMs, because they are independent artists and not everyone has access to that. So I would highly recommend just getting whatever physical cash or whatever currency is in that country. So if you're going to the US, take out some US money. If you're going to Sweden, take out some Swedish kroner, so on and so forth. Because it's sad if you go to a dealer stand and you see something you really want to buy, but the artist only accepts physical cash, and you just have a bank card, for example, or a credit card, whatever. Now, tip number 10. This is for you adults out there. Drink mindfully. Don't drink too much. Please know your limits. I know this is obvious, but I've seen people drink too much and end up crying and having panic attacks, or getting so drunk that they have a terrible hangover the day afterwards and not enjoying the con because they're just laying down with a terrible hangover. I know it sounds very obvious, but if you go over your limits, you're not going to have any fun the day afterwards. That's just how it is. And if you're under 18, do not drink at a convention. You can get in trouble, and the convention can get in trouble, or under whatever drinking age of your country. For example, in America the drinking age is 21. In Sweden the drinking age is 18 for low liquor and 20 for higher liquor. So be mindful of that. Different countries have different drinking ages. I'm 21 now, so I can drink in America, but I wouldn't be able to when I was 20. So keep that in mind. So yeah, that was my 10 convention tips. If I missed some good tips or glossed over some tips, you can good tips, you can type them in the comments. So yeah, so it can help people out. And also, if you want to meet me at Nordic FestCon, I will be there early arrival and to late departure. So yeah, if you want to meet me there, be sure to follow my Twitter. I'll link it down in the bio. It's domino_bear. That's my main account. I'll be most likely posting lots of images from the convention and updates. So if you want to meet me or something, or hang out, or just take a picture, you can just send me a messenger. I'm cool with meeting a lot of new people, even though I'm a little bit shy. Oliver the Ferret says bye bye. See you on the next video.